Avoid this going forward, ironically, at all costs. And the trend continues as I let you know what I'm seeing in my 7-day market update. If you're thinking about Las Vegas real estate or just want to know what's happening, this is for you. The one thing that I think you need to avoid going forward, let's talk about it. I'm going to jump right in on the other side, and I'm going to let you know why I'm in this room right now. Talk to you in a minute. Hey everybody, thanks for joining me. I am Rob Hau, a Las Vegas realtor, and I've been a realtor since 2009. So if you're joining me, you found a great channel for great information, and I really believe that. I believe what I'm doing is bringing you what I would want to know if I was looking at real estate or have real estate already in Las Vegas. Today I'm going to make it relatively quick because I'm here in Utah. My tennis team made it to sectionals. 4-0 tennis team made it to sectionals. For me, it's a rise in level, and for a lot of the guys on the team. So, we didn't quite succeed in getting to nationals this year, but it's always awesome to be able to come out and enjoy playing tennis. So that's why I'm in this hotel room, and I'll even give you a quick view. It's beautiful where I'm at over here. This area in Salt Lake is just really, really gorgeous right now. So let's jump in. I want to talk about what I think you should avoid going forward at all costs. Many people, especially people who are already successful in their lives, understand this, but something that even I personally, many years ago, went through and really only wanted to go through once, and that is debt, credit card debt in particular. I think that it's rising for people, and I think that if there was one thing I would say you should avoid, ironically, at all costs, because the cost to you right now, if you start going into credit card debt, is going to be extreme because of high interest rates, and those credit cards are always high. Now they're really, really high, and people are starting to rely on them more and more. So going forward, especially if your goal is to own a home, you have to avoid credit card debt. You really do. Whatever it is that you have to do to budget, and I know for a lot of people it's not easy, but whatever it is, I would absolutely avoid that situation. And I know that's, for many of you, you're going, no duh, Rob, but you can't be reminded enough about these pitfalls, and there's a reason why so many people go down this road. And let's talk about too, being a homeowner should be a goal of everybody. Many of you already are homeowners and own multiple homes that might be watching this, but it should be a goal for everyone. This doesn't mean that right now is going to be your time to be a homeowner, but it should be your goal. You don't want to force this if it doesn't make sense right now, because I do believe that if you're putting yourself into a situation where you're pinched when you buy a home and something happens, whatever financially, and now your home becomes a burden, that's never what you want to do. So don't force it, but stay motivated. And I think in time, if you stay on that goal of owning a home, it will pay off. Anybody who's already in that situation, you can attest. Please let people know on the comments what you feel about owning a home and how it's changed your life. That would be wonderful to hear from you. So I'm going to jump right into the 7-day market update. This market update, why I do it in such a shorter time frame is because I believe it tells me the trends. I don't just believe it, I already know it. The trend is continuing what I've been talking about. We are going to see inventory rise. Now, this is going to be a slow accumulation, and I want to talk about what's happening, why that's happening, and is it really going to be a big issue? It'll be somewhat of an issue. I think for sellers, certainly, you want to get in and get your property sold now, because I think over time it could get more difficult. Is it going to get awful? No, don't think I'm not talking about crazy awful stuff, at least not what I can see out for several months right now and really into the new year. But that's where I think things get tougher as this trend continues. So let's talk about it. right now what I'm seeing, our previous week that I did my numbers, the total listings on the market was 5,284. Let's see, did we increase? Incrementally, 5,319. This is important because we haven't seen this trend of listings starting to pile up at all. And indeed, the monthly numbers came out. I will state this as well. The monthly numbers came out and the inventory did rise from 1.6 months to 1.7 months. As I said it would, and it did, although it was small amounts. Because I'm doing these weekly updates, I could see what was happening with the trend, and because I'm keeping track of that. I don't think anybody's really doing that right now on that micro level, so certainly not that I see on YouTube. Additionally, the median home price, which I thought was going to go down, did go up. This is what I'm realizing about this median home price right now, is that volume is so low that any little changes can affect the median price pretty drastically. And it went up by $9,000. Okay, so what we are seeing still for sellers, and this is why I say get in there and get your property sold, is that if you have a nice property, a good property that people want right now, and you price it well, it's going to get action. And you're going to get, in some cases, a lot of activity. I'm closing on a property that just less than 3 weeks ago, we're closing on it very quickly. This was a magical sale, but there were over 80 showings in 4 days on this property because it was priced so extremely well, really below market, and it got 24 offers. Okay, so folks, it's out there. People want these properties. I will say that there was a threshold where all the buyers were willing to go on that property for the price. And my buyers were willing to go just a little touch above that. And it really worked out because nobody wanted to commit to going above the appraisal and putting money above the appraisal. My buyers did, and it appraised. So that was a wonderful situation. But I could tell that was going to be the case for them. And they were in a position where they were taking that risk, but they were able to do it. Anyway, point being is that it's still a good time to sell if you do it wisely. I do think it's changing for you. Now, let's talk about what I'm seeing on these numbers here. We have new listings back on market and coming soon at 973. Okay, that's lower. It was 1,085, but it's really not all that much different. And I'm going to tell you why I still see this trend continuing as far as inventory starting to incrementally go up here. Because what I'm starting to see here is important to note. Under contract show, under contract no show, expired, temporarily off the market, withdrawn, conditional, withdrawn, and contingent upon sale. All of those designations are properties that are going out of a buyer's reach in one shape or form or another. That number is 1,054 properties that are out of a buyer's reach. Last week, it was 1,277. And so we have a dip there of how many properties are going into these mostly under contract designations. Maybe we're seeing a trend in volume right now, the amount of buyers that are looking to purchase. We'll go to solds next. This one is an important one because I think it's the lowest that I've seen since I've been doing these market updates, and I've been doing it for a little while now, at least several months. 552 solds in the last week, and last week when I did it, it was 651, which was already a downtrend from the week prior. Okay, so we're seeing less closings. Which means that inventory is going to rise. Also, I will point out that the price increases on this last week went below 100 again. And I think that when I see these price increases going up, that means that the sellers are confident and that they can, maybe they need to readjust their price above where they were at, or maybe they listed like a property way too low and got so much activity, so they realized, hey, we're below market, we need to go and list higher. Those types of scenarios. It went below 100. We'll keep an eye on that because that would show seller confidence right now as far as being able to raise a price after you've already put it on the market. So, hey, check it out. I'm gonna give you a quick look of where I'm at just because I think it's beautiful. Not in this room, but out here. That's really nice. That's my view from the room, little mountainside view. Not too bad. You know, sometimes with the hotel room, you have no idea what you're gonna get. And this has been a nice stay. I hope that this has been a nice video for you, and I really appreciate you watching. If you made it this far, give yourself a gold star and give yourself a chance to learn more about Las Vegas real estate by subscribing to this channel. I really appreciate you being here and watching. Have a great week, everybody, and I will see you on the next video. Hasta la vista.